Hey everybody, it's COGconnected. We're here at day one, although it feels, day one of E3, although it feels like we're on day three.
Day several.
Yeah, well, I mean, these things start to
14,
get foggy. There's been some busy evenings, some very, very busy evenings. But here it is, day one. Obviously, we're outside the LA Convention Center. We're getting ready to go inside. We got a ton of stuff that we get to check out. But we can't really do that until we talk about the things that we've seen over the past couple of days. So, press conferences. We started her up, Bethesda. What'd you see?
Well, there was EA before Bethesda.
Oh, yeah, you guys. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
forgot
right.
all about that.
That's right. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but yeah, that's right. You guys managed to check out EA. Why don't you give us your thoughts?
I mean, they played it pretty safe. They went right down the pipe. There was nothing surprising, really. They kind of teased that they were going to tell us about some of their Star Wars stuff, but they didn't really end up telling us anything new.
Pretty much just a swagger reel, really. We saw, we know there's the things coming, but that's about it. We just saw a little bit of footage at each point.
So,
Yeah.
just the tip.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
I mean, the Titanfall trailers were absolutely bombastic.
The sound design was insane. Just sitting in the Novo Theater there was just crazy. It got me pretty amped up personally to try it out.
But nothing too exciting out of EA this year, I didn't think.
No.
So if we're grading them, if we're doing the 1 to 10 scale, what are we giving her?
Scott, you want to go first?
I'd go with a B-. Titanfall 2 is
B-
pretty
out
solid.
of 10.
B- is out of 10?
Yeah, B- out of 10.
That's
how we do math in Alberta.
Yeah.
77%.
I'd say, about 70,
That's not
75%.
bad. That's not bad.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
I would go with
7.5.
I would go with a solid 7.
Yeah.
It's not bad. That's
I
not
was
bad.
very happy with those grades in school. So
And look where we are now.
All right, so after that, now that we can move ahead appropriately, was Bethesda. And because I'm holding the microphone right now with the name on it, I'm going to go first. They kind of blew our minds.
They did.
We saw a lot. They didn't hold a lot back. Fallout VR, if it actually lives up, and Doom VR, if it lives up to basically how awesome it sounds, holy shit. And Skyrim, we knew it was coming and it leaked, but I was still super stupid level excited.
Yeah, it looked pretty shiny, that's for sure.
it looked incredible. And how about that Quake trailer? That Quake trailer was pretty amazing.
The one thing,
That too is just insane.
They almost blew the roof off that hangar with the Quake trailer. I mean, the place was going absolutely bonkers.
well, because that's where we got the unexpected from. That was the unexpected, the one thing they managed to keep hidden.
And Prey looks really interesting. It looks like it's quite a departure from the previous Prey games. Doesn't have that native spirituality
No.
stuff going on. It looks really interesting.
So by a little bit of a departure, it's completely different.
completely.
They had a kind of a Groundhog Day thing going on in the trailer, and it looks really interesting.
And so, I mean, if we were to, again, we're going to stick to the grading. A perfect presser's hard to come by, but that was getting up into the 8.5s to 9s. I mean, they really didn't make any missteps. They gave us some good surprises. They kept the energy rolling. We had that one girl during Elder Scrolls Online who was just losing her shit the whole time.
Yeah.
She was really fucking excited.
I mean, a part of me wanted to see an Evil Within 2, a Wolfenstein 2, but we didn't get that. Do I give them a 9 grade? Well, I don't know. Sony raised that bar for me, and we'll get to
Sony.
that.
We'll get
If
to
I was going
Sony.
to give them a letter grade, I'd say an 8.5 is pretty solid for Bethesda.
It's pretty solid,
It's a
I'd
good
agree,
showing.
too. It's
Yeah.
just there were some nice things to see, but it's like you said, Sony just raised the bar comparatively.
All right. Well, before we all start circle jerking on Sony here, we have it's a good thing that was out of shot.
That's completely out of frame, thank God. That was very graphic, Scott.
I'm just that excited.
So we managed to take in Blink 182. We were a little groggy going into Microsoft. We're all shaking off the night before the cobwebs. But Microsoft, at the time as we went through, we're like, okay, you guys are doing an all right job. But despite even unveiling Scorpio, there's nothing there but a hype for a year and a half from now. All said and done, did it not just seem really safe to you guys?
There were no surprises. Nothing was out of the ordinary. It was all exactly what everyone expected. Forza and Gears and Recore. We knew we were going to see all that stuff. Where was their blowing the roof off the building moment? It wasn't there.
And that Final Fantasy demo was kind of... I'm so excited for the game. We talked about that, but that interface, it just looked very confusing. I don't know if anybody in Galen Center knew what the fuck was going on with that.
I mean, look,
It looked nice though.
It was
It
pretty.
looks very nice, but what the fuck is going on?
The Slim does look fantastic. There's no question.
Oh, it's sexy.
And at $299, that seems like a pretty good price for that sucker.
But I'm not buying one.
Well, are people going to hold out? Like, if
Well,
you've already got one, do you
It's
really
for
need
people
one?
it's for people who want that intro level. People who don't have one already. Anybody who's already got a console, they're waiting. They're waiting, I'm sure of it. It's intro level for people, I mean, because they're going to keep that $300 price. Scorpio's not going to be $300.
But for the prospective Xbox One owner who's been holding out, that's a pretty good deal.
it's a great deal, and it's a sexy
It's a
console.
reasonable upgrade to the system without, going too wild.
Yeah. But on a level of a grade for that one, man, I got to go like a 6. I wasn't blown away.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I like what I saw. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like the Xbox Live stuff, for example. It's not that I'm not interested in how in the improvements that you guys are making. Send me an email. Don't sit me down for 20 minutes. I'm borderline falling asleep. Right?
Yeah, there were a lot of faces looking down onto Twitter and their phones, their laptops, just looking around where we were sitting. Nobody was paying attention.
Yeah, exactly.
We're pretty boring, I know, man.
We really haven't talked about any of the games. Forza Horizon 3 does look really good.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looked fantastic.
Sea of Thieves, while the actual gameplay didn't blow me away, I did love how they had the community interact, and it really showed me a different side of that game, which I think could be pretty good. Just the way everybody was communicating and having fun, and it was comical. So Sea of Thieves is definitely, has caught my attention.
That demo seemed a little canned to me. Some of the reactions, I was going, I don't think anybody in their right mind does that.
Well, we're talking.
You might, but you're not in your right mind.
No, that's clear. We've made that clear a long time ago. So, I'm apparently giving it a low grade. You guys don't seem to agree with me. Trevor's jaw almost hit the floor when I said 6.
Yeah, 6. I mean, if I'm coming home with a 6, I'm getting the strap. Like, that's
On.
Yeah. A 6 is no good. I don't know if I go
Hey,
that low.
we
Maybe
grade
a
on a
7.
100-point scale, son. 6 is actually okay.
6 is okay. Well, I'll be a little bit more general. I'll go the 7.
Yeah, I'd echo that on the 7.
I'm with Sean on this 6.5.
There you go. So on average, we'll give it the 6.5.
We'll give her the
crowd.
65.
Ooh. All right, and then afterwards, you and I, Trevor, we managed to go and check out. Is it Ubisoft or Ubisoft?
Ubi.
It's Ubisoft.
No, it's Ubi.
I'm going to fight you guys.
Whoa, look at this. Here we go.
The Quebecois say Ubi, but they said when they're speaking to English
Ubi.
people like us, it's Ubisoft.
Ubi, yeah.
Because they don't expect you to understand.
It's true. So
go
when
ahead.
we got into Ubisoft, when the show actually started, right from the get-go, it was a straight up what the actual fuck is going on moment. That dance routine was bananas.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. That was pretty wild.
But-
yeah.
Apart from its length, it was it was a long presser for one company.
It was.
But they showed a lot of stuff, and I wasn't really disappointed by anything. I really enjoyed it. South Park looks awesome.
Oh, yeah.
For
that
Honor
was
looks
just-
like a lot of fun. I mean, the Division stuff is cool. Don't get me wrong. Like the expansion stuff is really cool. I'm glad that they actually made specific comments to dealing with cheaters. They want to make it fun for us again to get these guys who are taking advantage the hell out of the system. And then they did their reveal with Steep. I don't know. It's niche. I'll play it. But I don't know if they're going to necessarily get the reaction from everybody else that they had wanted.
Yeah, it seems like there's a ways to go on that one yet. I think they're barely scratching the surface, and we might not see that one for quite a while yet. So
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing during the Twitch stream for maybe what you people saw at home, but when they did the VR with Eagle Flight, for us up in the crowd, they had 6 people all lined up playing VR, and we were taking bets on who was actually going to hit each other's heads while they were playing, because they were pretty tight, and heads are like,
Oh, yeah.
and they were all over the place. It was pure comedy.
yeah, that might have been more entertaining than the demo. but-
Probably. It was pure comedy. But I think they did a good job.
They did.
They did a good job. It was entertaining. I didn't feel like I was going to fall asleep at all through any points. So I'm probably going about an 8.
An 8.
An 8 is a solid grade. I think they did a great job showcasing what they've got on the floor this year.
I'd probably go 7.5, only because I think it ran a little bit long. They could have kept it a little bit more focused. I mean, I don't need to see 20 minutes worth of each game, and that's what it felt like, that I was watching 20 minutes of dev and gameplay. It's like, oh, okay, let's get to the next one. So,
And I had to pee, so it was a bit torturous at that point too. So, all right. So we've already kind of gotten our goosebumps already talking about Sony. what else is there to say other than holy shit, bomb after bomb after bomb? They didn't waste any time. They went to work.
They just kept lining them up and knocking them down. Everything that anybody had ever rumored was real.
Yeah.
I mean, bar none.
Yeah.
And all of it looked great.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the reception. Like, the place almost blew up when you saw Kojima. And you know what the beauty of that is it was a full silhouette. We know Kojima from his damn silhouette, and when that lit up in black, you're like, holy shit, it happened.
Yeah.
That was monumentous.
Walking down the catwalk like an absolute rock star.
Like
which
a fucking boss.
Which he is in the industry.
He's a fucking boss. And I noticed after there on I think it was Instagram, Norman Reedus had posted up a picture of Kojima drinking from a cup of Konami's tears.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's a little bit of, they're throwing some shade.
And I love the way they set the tone at the beginning with that orchestral set with the singers, and it just got you in the mood. And I loved how it was all about the games. It was rapid fire, one game after another. No bullshit. No dragging up a dev team to give you a sort of PR speak. It was just all about the games, shotgun one after another, and it was fantastic. Like, really, everything was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, God of War.
Oh, that's something I've wanted for a while. Kratos and Roman mythology, it's all really good. But Vikings, Norse mythology, and it looks fantastic.
And
Just
I mean,
insane.
I'm really interested to see the mechanic. How long is the sun in the picture? Like, where do we go with that? Right? I mean, we're not, obviously, it's so early, we don't got a lot of details, but they definitely got everybody in that room interested.
Yeah, or does the sun become the main character? You know,
Well,
if the
that's just it. Are we
prologue of the
passing the
game
torch?
is passing the torch and then you're playing as the sun, I
Who
can see
knows?
that.
I mean, and are we in for our very first, like, well, I don't want to say first because Spider-Man Web of Shadows was good, but Insomniac taking on Spider-Man, that could be a really good game.
It looks really promising. It has me excited to play a Spider-Man game for the first time since Web of Shadows. I think this has the potential to be even better than that. It really does. I love the art style. I'm liking the look. It looks great.
Infamous with webbing.
And I think I'd be remiss not to mention the fact that we got promised Batman VR.
Yeah, didn't Rocksteady say they weren't doing Batman anymore?
Fucking liars. My pants got smaller. A little.
Well, Mark Hamill's voice just alone as the Joker, it's fantastic acting.
Did Sony just make VR relevant? Like, it kind of has everybody really jazzed up about it now, especially seeing Batman.
I think VR is relevant without that, but they're going to be the ones to make it the most accessible, I think, at this point.
They made a strong case for PSVR as the leader in the VR space, despite its technical limitations, whatever you want to call it.
Accessibility speaks volumes, though.
Absolutely.
It's can people get their hands on it with something they already have. Not everybody has a rig that'll handle Oculus. This really puts people in an affordable space to be able to play that sort of stuff.
So do you give Sony anything less than a 10?
Well, it looks like a bit too much of a circle jerk, but yeah, they pulled it off. There wasn't a low point for me. We got a release date for The Last Guardian finally, for fuck's sake. How excited are you about that? I mean, I know I'm pretty pumped about that game. I'm getting a blank stare from over here.
I'm not all that.
Maybe Scott. Scott, are
I'm
you
interested.
excited
I'm
for The Last
interested to
Guardian?
see
I'm
what.
glad to see it actually kind of coming out now after it's been just sitting there for so long.
Ever and ever and ever.
I mean, I'm interested to see what it actually is. How does that game actually play? I'm hoping they've got it on display and we can have a look. My one critique of Sony is that it was a little vague at times. You know, they were revealing lots of stuff that
No
sounds
dates.
really exciting, but a
couple
lot
dates.
of it was dateless, which is kind of what they did last year, and we didn't see a lot of the things
about-
that they showed off last year.
What about zombies falling on top of zombies, falling on top of zombies in that Days Gone playthrough?
That looked incredible. Like,
Bananas.
I mean, like, super intense and incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
That one's on my radar.
Well, there we go. So we saw a lot. Luckily, we actually were able to remember things that happened 2 days ago because I'm feeling a little foggy this morning. It's been a busy couple of days. We've got another 3 days in front of us. We've got a lot to catch up on. We're going to do our best to report in for you guys every day along the show, tell you all the fun stuff that we've seen, and probably get some hands-on impressions, too. We're going to go and get our hands dirty. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? We ready to go?
I'm stoked.
All right, guys, we're checking
do
out.
this.
We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Mic drop.